Hey everyone, we're back with another video. Today is not a tutorial video, but it is a questions video. One of the biggest things I get asked, and I mean like all the time, is about different white pens that I use for making the gems. Now, the three most common used are the Jelly Roll white pen, which is probably my favorite, the Uniball Signo Broad, not the fine point, you want the broad one, and then a white Posca pen, which is like a paint marker basically. They're made by Mitsubishi, and yeah. Now, I don't use these for gems, but a lot of people do, and that's really cool. And it's just a white paint marker. It works really, really well on gems. Like I said, I don't use it very often, but that's fine. It's whatever. And it does come off pretty easily as long as it's wet. And if you make a mistake with these, you know, you can go back in and clean them up, or however you want to do it, with a blending pencil or one of your regular pencils, and just clean it up or fix it or take it off if you need to redo it. So that's the Posca pen. This one was actually given to me by a friend, my friend Sarah. So, like I said, I don't use it very much for gems at all. This is the Uniball Signo, which is the one that I do really like. It's not my favorite though. Gel pens are more finicky, for one. They seem to have like minds of their own, but a couple of just tricks and stuff. A lot of the times you need to get them started first before you use them on your gems. So get the ink flowing and you'll be able to see it, and then go on your gems. And I use a really, really light touch. I kind of grab it and do like a little pull on it to get that ink to continue flowing. And mine's almost dead because it's empty, or almost empty, but that's what I do. And yes, gel pens are kind of finicky, but I do like this one. I do use it a lot, especially when I can't find one of my other gel pens. So, like that. One of the things about these is gel pens will get buildup up here on their little point. And you might think, here, let me just get that off and pinch it off or whatever. Don't do that. Don't clean it off like that. You know, rub it around like this on your paper. Get a paper towel and use it on there. Why I'm saying this, you have oils on your skin. Those oils will repel, I mean repel, your gel ink. And so anytime you do that, the ink does not then, the gel pen ink, or the gel itself, does not want to get back on that ball, the little roller ball that's there. So do not use your fingers. Use a scrap piece of paper, use a paper towel, and get it going again, and then use it on your gems. But don't pinch it, don't pull it off. Always use just a scrap piece of paper. You can't see it, but down here in the corner of my big page that I have that's over my desk is just filled with little scribbles of me going like this, you know, in order to get my gel pens going first before I use them on my gems, okay? So, yes, they are finicky, but they do work really well. And if you're having problems, shake it. You can, you know, kind of shake it like that to get the ink to go down. You can leave it straight, you know, straight up and down for a while. Like, put the cap on it and put it in some kind of holder, or lean it on something to help the gravity get the ink to flow down. okay? Same thing with these. These are my favorite. They work for me very, very well. I always get the ink flowing first. Mine have always flowed very well. Again, you will get buildup. Can you see the buildup around it? Sort of, maybe. I don't even know if you can or not. But go around the edges of it like that, clean it off, pull it this way, and then get your gel pen flowing before you go on to your gem. And these do take a little practice. Be very, very light with them. Don't drag them through themselves, basically. Like, you can go over itself, but touch the gel pen, like the ink that's already down there, and then just kind of drag it. Like, touch it and drag it. Okay? That way it just kind of, because gel pen ink is a lot thicker than water, and so use the surface tension of the ink itself, the gel itself, to kind of grab it and then pull it down. And that will pull more of the gel out. See, there's more of the buildup that happens. But remember, don't use your fingers on these because that will just make your problems worse. It really, really will. So get it going so you can see it. I don't know how much you can see that, but I'm just doing this to get it going. And then use it on your gems. And I'm just showing you this. These are both done with Prismas, so Prismacolor pencils, so that you can see that it does go on Prismas just fine. If that's not as white as you want it or whatever, let it dry and go over it a second time. Anytime that happens, just go over it a second time. Like this one, gel pens, the jelly rolls, they dry pretty quickly. So you can then just go touch it very, very lightly, and you can start going over it again, just with that little, like, shaky looking line like that. And what I normally do is I kind of, like, etch out where I want my highlight to be, like that. And then I will go and I will fill it in, and just these little tiny strokes like that. Okay? That's what I normally do. If you have just a ridiculously hard time with gel pens in general, go get a Posca pen. They are just, white water-based markers, and I've never had a problem with them. They always seem to continue going. I just don't use them because it's just not my thing. I like my gel pens. That's the only reason. I have one other, and this is as you can hear, it's got a little ball in it. This is a Sharpie pen. This is also oil-based. This is not water-based. Posca pens are water-based. And this one has a gigantic tip on it, which you can kind of prime like that. I'll show you. You can push it in like that to help prime it out or whatever. This is really old, and I don't use this. That's why. See if I can get it going to show you or not. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But you can use these. It's going a little bit, but it's got its clear liquid going right now. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Look at that. But I've used these before, back before I got gel pens. This is the Fine Point Sharpie. It's an oil-based marker. Like I said, I don't use it anymore. I do know people who do use it, though. Because it's really old, and it's always sitting upside down. So there's no paint there for it right now, which makes this a horrible video. But that's what I generally use. So, there you go. If you have a hard time with gel pens and you just can't get them to work, I would suggest you get a Posca. Like I said, this has never not worked. And it's just a really, really fine point. Kind of like the Sharpie pen. If it's not going at any time, you can push it against the paper in order to make it, I'll show you here if you can see that, in order to make it go in, the tip to go in, like that. And that will get the flow started more so that you can use it. Personally though, I love my gel pen. Like, that's the one I use a lot. This is probably my second go-to pen, and the only thing right now is that it's almost out. It's almost dead. Which is why I have like 3 of these, because I only have 1 of these. So, anyway, that's all I have for you about little white pens. And they do go on. All of them work. Don't touch the ends of the gel pens. Just don't do it. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.